Jira is one of the project management tool which is used for issues and bug tracking system. Most of the companies use Jira tool for issue tracking tool for all types of testing. That's what I told you. Defect tracking tool is a common tool. It's a common tool for any software testing here. Even developers, your client side fellows, database testing team, unit testing team, performance testing team, functional testing team, QTP testers, Selenium testers, everybody will log their defects, the defect tracking tool. We don't have any separate tool for defect tracking. That's what it's mostly used for issue tracking. In Jira, we call everything issues. Test cases are called issues. Stories are called issues. Epics are called issues. Bug is called issue. Everything is called issue. So Jira is an incident management tool used for manage project management, bug tracking, issue tracking, and workflow. Jira is incident tool. Jira is developed by Atlassian, an Australian company, and it is a platform independent tool. It can be used in any OS, and it is supporting different languages. It supports, we can install in different languages, and supports any database backend like SQL, MySQL, Oracle, any database. Jira can be integrated with many tools for Git purpose, other Mercury tools, different types of tools we have. We can integrate them into different tools also at the same time. And one more thing is, Jira is not a open source. Jira is a commercial tool. Okay, we have to pay, company has to pay license for that. And it's available for our trial purpose. We can use for limited time. Okay. Okay. So to utilize Jira services, license is required. Jira provides free license for academic projects for 15 days, but I'm going to provide you an permanent URL to you so that you can use it for user for future also, no problem. And something like I can talk about use of Jira is used in bug reporting, issues, change request tracking. You can track out all these things. Bug reporting, issues, incident is nothing but bugs only. Jira can be used in help desk support, customer service to create tickets and track. Let's see, we can use it for any projects here, for especially resolving the defects. Excel reporting is something different, right? No, we can't. In future, there is no guarantee that you will maintain Excel sheet perfectly in your system. But if you go with Jira in a management tool, even after 10 years, 20 years also, we can manage them easily. Okay, it's a management tool. We can write test cases also. We can execute your test cases if you're going with manual testing. And most of the companies use for defect tracking. If anyone asking you, what's your defect tracking tool you use in your company, means tell them we are using Jira tool for reporting defects. And if you're going for manual testing, if anyone asking where do you write your test cases, instead of saying Excel, tell them we are using Jira tool for writing test cases, executing Jira itself, everything. What we did manually, we're revising the same thing again. So here, how do we create Jira? All of you, we have to note down these points very clearly. First, okay, I'm going to send that URL. Open a browser, any Chrome browser, any browser, supports any browser, no problem. In that, I'm going to provide you this URL. I'm going to send this to your emails to all of you guys. Enter that URL. Listen this one, how to install. No installation, simple so that. Once you enter this URL, it takes to one page. Okay, so here we can use on cloud by default, and planning and pricing. If companies want to purchase, they can purchase for 50,000 users, $10, whatever. We don't want to worry about. Always free for 10 users. You can use this one. Okay, just click on this. Always free for 10 users. Click on get started. And try to provide your working email. and try to provide one claim any site name. Okay, you just create any client, anything with your name, no problem. Okay, Akhilesh. It asks for lower cases. Akhilesh 123. This is my site name. Okay, this is my site name. Anyone you can claim any name, but real time it's taken care by system. People, don't worry. And then click on agree here. Okay, try to provide your email ID here and try to claim any site name, whatever you want, and just click on agree. When you click on agree, it takes to one more page. Okay, so here, don't worry about this. Skip questions. Skip questions again. It's building. It's loading here. Okay, you can skip this. No need of giving any in your team. In companies, they'll invite team people. Here we don't need to invite anyone. Okay, or we can say let anyone invite your other people to join your site, Jira site also, no problem. You can skip this also, no problem. Okay, again here also skip. Now here it takes this one. Okay, here we want to go with Scrum. Kanban also we have Scrum. We are going with Scrum. So select Scrum and just give your project name. Which project you're working? Say for example, you're working on Primus, right? Primus underscore banking underscore banking. And look at here. By default, for every project, it will be creating one keyword, PB. In future, if you want search your test cases, if you want search your stories, if you want search your requirements, anything, we can search with the help of this key. Okay, that just click on create button. Now your project, Primus banking project, will be created for you guys. It takes to agile dashboard. This is called agile dashboard. And here, especially when you want to write your test cases, basically when you want to write your test cases, we need to download one. We have to download one Jaffer tool here. Jaffer tool. How to download that Jaffer tool? Listen, that is very important. Without downloading it, you can't write test cases. Okay, so that go to app. Manage your apps. Okay, manage your apps. It's searching for that. Wait for some time. So here in this text box, say Jaffer tool for Jira. Search for that. Search for this. Click enter button. It will search for it. It should search. Go to Google search. Let me search for that. Copy this. Jaffer for Jira. Without this, we cannot write any test cases. That's a major problem. Not searching. Let me find new apps. If it's not searching there, let me find new apps. Just here you can search for that, no problem. Jaffer for Jira. Okay. Jaffer for Jira. Click enter button here. Yes, Jaffer for Jira. This one, this is very important. This is very important for writing your test cases. Otherwise, we can't write. Okay. Okay. Find new apps. Click on find new apps, and this search box. Click on see. Now click on this Jaffer for Jira. Test management. Okay. Click on try it for free. Start free trial. Real time. Real time. It is none of your business. Okay. It's taken care by your system people. But here for your practicing, we have to do all this. Okay. Now it has been added. Your Jaffer tool is added. And for writing your test case, see, when you click on create button, see anything you want in Jira here, writing test case, bug reporting, anything, you have to click on create button. When I click on create button, look at here. Here it should show you test option. It's showing only story, task, bug, epic. But test option is not shown here, right? Test option is not available. So to get the test option, what we should do is we need to add this to that test option to your project, what you have been created now, right? Premise banking. For that, you can go to settings. So that at the top you find settings. So here you can select configure your issues type software, see workflow screens and all that. Look at that issues. Click on this issues. If you click on this issue, it shows your project issue type. So this issue type story is available, subtask is not available, right? So issue type scheme, after getting this issue type scheme, in this issue type scheme, the project what we created PB, you have to remember this keyword PB, Scrum, right? But here it is having test for default scheme, but for our project we don't have the test one, right? So to add that, click on edit button. Okay. Excuse me. Available is now. Drag this and push it here. Okay. And click on save button. That's it. Now it should show you test type also here. It will show you test type. When I click on create button now, check it out for our observation. Let's check it out. Click on create button and it should be able to show you test option also. Right? Now it is showing test option. Now you're eligible to write your test cases. That's the meaning. Okay. So this configuration you have to do here for Jira before we start writing test case and all that. Jaffer tool to be added and the test option should be added to your project under issue type. Again, how can you come back to your project? Means see that always go to project menu. We can see that project premise bank. Whatever project it shows, you can come back to your project again. Okay. In this first thing, what happens in Jira real time, in especially real time point of view, and I think you observe all of you remember the scenarios we prepared, right? We prepared scenarios in Excel sheet. In Jira, especially for agile process, these are called epics in Jira, especially in agile process we call epics. What is an epic means? Epic is nothing but a functionality, a module. What are the epics means? What are the scenarios we have? So first, real scenarios, epics are created by your team lead, none of your business. I mean, I don't say team lead in real-time agile, you know, product owner. Product owner is the right person to create that epics. He will create epics for you. He will create stories for you. And then he'll create one release for you. And then you have to start writing your test cases. So there only your test case execution, preparation, bug reporting is your responsible. So first, let me show you how to create epic. So what is epic here? Epic is nothing but a functionality, module, or scenarios that are available for your project. Okay, so epics are not created by you. You guys create now. Okay, in your system, create everything. Practice in real time point of view. Okay, so for that, click on create button. I told you all every time, remember, anything you want to create, we should always go to create button. Click on create button. Select your project by default. Select your, if you have more than one project, it shows, but by default only one project, no problem. Select issue type as epic. Let's select issue type as epic. We are creating epic now. The first epic, what that first epic is? Admin login. That we know, right? First epic. So here you can write some summary, one line statement. Verify admin login with valid and invalid data. Okay, valid and invalid data. And attachments, right now we don't require. And these are Jira's given here. These are all the fields given by Jira, default fields. Once company is purchasing, they can add a number of fields accordingly. And you can maintain the priorities also. I'm maintaining highest priority for this. Admin login is important, right? So don't worry about all this. And still no sprint is available yet to create. Don't worry. And if you want to create more and more epics, you can check this checkbox into on state. Still we have to create number of epics, right? All of you know what are our Primus Bank epics we have. Click on create button. One epic will be created. Next epic is what? Branches. So we can write one statement for that. What is that? Verify branches, or we can say admin should able to create new branch, comma, update, comma, what is that? Delete and search. These are the scenarios you can create and search. Okay, and for this, don't worry about all these fields. Reporter is, it will take your name. Don't worry. Excel sheet, we are maintaining columns here. I can suggest for this also. Click on create. One more epic is created. Next, what is the next epic we have? Roles, right? Roles. Admin should able to create new role, comma, update and delete role. Okay, delete role. Again, click on. If you uncheck it, we can't. Again, we have to click on even every time. That's what I want to create number of epics, so that I'm click next, create again. Next one. What is the next one here? Users, right? Users, epic name. And here, admin should able to create new user, comma, user search, comma, update and delete users. Okay, click again, create. Last model, what that last model we have here? Employees. So here also we can say admin should be able to create new employee, comma, update and delete employees. And I don't want any others to epic, so uncheck it. Finally, okay, uncheck it. Click on create button. So now all your epics will be created. Where do we see this? See, anything you create in epics, remember all of you, anything you create, test case, epic, stories, anything you create, where do we find them? Where do you see them? Means all of you remember, we have to click on issues. Look here, issues. This is for expanding. We can collapse this window, no problem. Again, we can expand this window. Shortcuts are given to you, no problem. Collapse. This is for collapse. This is for expansion again. Okay. If you want to see anything you read in Jira, come and click on issues. Look at that. Click on issues. When I click on issues, you can see this color indicates, by looking color, you should be able to identify. Look at that. Looking this color, brinjal color. So these are all epics what we created so far. So epics are available. Now for the epics, we are creating scenarios. As we created scenarios here, see that we created scenarios manually. Now here in Jira agile process, we call stories. What is story? Story is nothing but customer requirements. So how many stories we have for every epics we have to create now. So this is also created by your team lead. It's none of your business in real time, but here you can practice, no issue at all. Okay, now I'm showing you on one more thing. If you want to make any changes for this epics, if you want to make any changes, options are available. Click on it. Edit options are available. We can edit this option. Epics, we can edit. See, we can see the description what they give. If any description you want, you can add. See, they give already description. But real time they'll add lot of information. Don't worry. Okay. So here itself we can create issues also in epics. We can create issues in epics. If any link issues also we can. Issues, see, that's what I'm telling. Anything in Jira we call issue. Issue ante, it can be a test case, it can be a story, it can be a bug. Anything we can link up. Now, first let us see how to create stories for each and every epic now. And see, remember, whenever you are creating stories, make sure that you need to link for every story. We need to link this epics now. That's very important. That will show that again. Same, click on create again. Click on create. Now select issue type as story. Green color is story. Now story summary. We can say here in real time they write like this: story ash 1 enter. Story 1. Story 1 ash. Write your story. What is that first story here? Validate, or we can say verify. Verify admin login with valid data. Okay, this is the first story. And this story belongs to which epic, you know? Come down, come down, come down. See here, epic link. Look here, epic link. Open this. You can find all your epics what you have been created. Now link up. Yes, link up. See that this is belonging to what epic? This story belonging to admin login. Right? Still sprint is not created. That next we have to create stories only for that. Okay, I mean after stories only we have to create sprint. Okay, na? Still there are a lot of stories. So check this checkbox into on state and click on create button. Don't worry about all these fields. These are all given by Jira. Description means you can explain any more explanations available. They'll explain any attachments we have. They can attach it. It's up accordingly. Okay, don't worry. Click on create. And for admin, there is one more scenario. What is that? One more story. Story ash 2. What is that story? We have second story for that. Verify admin login with invalid data. And this is also belonging to same epic. There is no change in epic. So click on create button. Next, we are going for branches. You know very well what are the scenarios we have branch. Verify branch search. First story. We can copy it on this stories also. No, these are stories here. So again, I can say story 1, story 1 ash, because this belonging to second epic, right? Ash colon. So what I say, verify branch search. Come down, come down. Change the epic. To what epic it's belonging here? To what epic it's belonging? To what epic it's belonging? Epic. Branches are roles. branches, right? I can't hear you, or like you're talking to me, or like what? I can't hear any voice. Just anyone speak to me? No, no, just speak to me here. Speak to me. మీరు మాట్లాడండి నాతో. Unable to speak. You're unable to talk. Okay. Unmute here. Okay. Okay. Wait. Mute all. It is okay. 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 No problem. Okay. Na? See that. Click on create button again. Okay. Na? Belonging to branches only. Next story is what? Verify new branch creation with, again, story. Say that story to hash colon verify invalid data, valid data belonging to same branches. Click on create again. Next, story 3 hash colon verify new branch creation with invalid data. Click on create. Same epic, no changes in epic. Next, verify branch updation. As we prepared in Excel, here now we are preparing in a tool here. That's it. Story hash 3, third story colon verify branch updation. Next one, verify branch deletion. Story hash 4 colon verify branch deletion. Click on create. Done. Branches is completed. Now we need to go for next module is role module. So first story for that is story hash 1 again. And here we need to change this epic link is to roles, right? So click this sector. Next one is story 2 hash colon verify new branch creation with invalid data. Okay, na? Same epic. So click on create button. Next, verify role updation. Story hash 3 colon. This one, click on create. Next, verify role updation. So in real time, these are all created by your product owner in real time. Okay, none of your business, but for practicing purpose, create them, no problem. Click on create button. Done. Role is completed. Next, we are going for users. So again, story 1 hash colon verify branch search. Now it is belonging to what? It's belonging to users. Select users. Okay, click on create. Next, verify user creation with valid data. Story hash 2 colon so and so. Okay, na? So same story. So click on create. Next, verify new user creation with invalid. So again, story 3 hash colon invalid data. Click on create button. Next, user updation. Like that. What are the stories we have? They'll create for you. Don't worry. Story, fourth story, 4 hash colon verify user updation. Next, fifth one, story 5 hash colon and verify user deletion. Click on create button. Okay. Next one is employees. So employee creation. So first story 1 hash colon verify employee. So now we have changed epic to what? Epic is belonging to employees. Click on create button. Now again story 2 hash colon verify. So you guys have to prepare. That means what we understood means we have to prepare test case for all the stories. Okay. So click on create again. Next, verify employee updation. Story hash 3 colon verify user employee updation. Next, story 3 hash colon. So last one done. So uncheck this and then click on create button. Again, where you can see the stories here, where you can see the stories. Again, go back to project. See, it shows all. Or we can click recently created. See, it shows all options to you. See, updated recently. If you click on recent update, you can show that also. See that stories will be in green color. It shows all green color. These are all stories. Okay. Or click on back to project. Click on back to project. Click on issues. No problem. It shows all your including. See now it shows only one. So that's what. Click on updated recently. It shows everything to you. Stories, right? Now this is what we need to do. And next step, immediately soon after creating stories and epics by your product owner in real scenarios agile companies, we have very first meeting. That first meeting is called as sprint planning meeting. In that sprint planning meeting, now we'll decide us what are the stories we need to write for the current sprint. He will decide the sprint now. How many days we need to work on that sprint? We discussed theoretically, but practically now we can see. So now he has to create one sprint for you, and then he should decide the days for that sprint. What is sprint? All of you know. What is sprint here? A sprint is nothing but 1 month or 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. A small slice. Okay. Based on customer, your product owner will decide how many days we need to work on. So for that, click on back to project. So to create a sprint, we have to go to backlogs. Look at that. What is a backlog? Means backlog is nothing but collection of stories. Whatever stories you created now, see that. When I click on backlog, now you can see all your stories. You can see all the stories. See that it shows in colors. You can minimize this. See that it shows all them in color. So admin login one color, branch stories are one color, roles models are one color, users are in one color, employees are in one color. Indicates easy to recognize. So these are the stories right now. And for this, we don't have a sprint. So what your product owner will do, he'll call upon meeting to all of us and will tell us these are the stories we have, collection of stories we have. Now, don't expect they'll add all the stories to one sprint here. Here we are working on small projects. Okay, no problem. So first he will create one sprint for you. How he will create a sprint for you? He will click on create sprint. Look at that. Create sprint option is available. Okay. Click on create sprint. By default, Jira will take by default sprint name. See that PB always. PB is our keyword. PB sprint 1. See that. Do you have any stories here? As a team agrees on what works needs to be completed and drag these issues to the sprint. These are the issues we have. Now he'll decide what are the stories we need to work for that sprint. So for that you can drag whatever stories you want to work on that. You can drag one by one, all at a time, not possible. Real time they'll add five or 3 stories here for one sprint, but I'm adding all of them. It's up to you. I'm adding all of them. Real time they'll decide. They know how to implement that. They'll add all the stories for that sprint. That means you have to develop test case. Its sprint is not only for you guys, this sprint is for developers also. Even for developer, they should work, they should go on developing all the stories for that particular sprint. And you guys have to keep on writing test case for all the stories what they added for you. Add all the sprint stories. I'm adding all of them. Done. Okay. Now once you complete adding stories to the sprint, now he will decide. So that we have option called start sprint option. So that when I click on start sprint, by default, look at that. It gives very clearly how many days I told you as per agile rules, we cannot go beyond 4 weeks. We can work either 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. If you want to go beyond 4 weeks, then we have to customize it again. So here I'm selecting, say for example, I'm giving 2 weeks of time. Automatically takes that start date, end date also. At the bottom, it tell how many days, working days there. 10 working days. To exclude Saturday and Sunday. Don't worry. So they'll decide. And sprint goal, they'll give that goal and what exactly we need to reach. Okay, na? So 20 issues will be included. 20 issues will be included in the sprint. Issue PB, other do not have values for estimate field, so and so. Don't worry about that. So 20 issues. That means we are going to work on 20 stories on the sprint. PB sprint 1. Sprint name is PB sprint 1. Click on start. Immediately, see the workflow of your Jira. The workflow of Jira will be always like this. To do, in progress, done. To do means what are the activities we need to do is called to do. In progress means which activity you are working on, that will be in progress. Whichever you have completed, we have to move them into done. See, it gives at the bottom, at the top, see 9 days remaining. A perfect explanation will be given in Jira. It will give you estimation to you, how many days we need to work. Every day we can come and check it out. So up to this, it is taken care by your product owner in your real-time scenarios. But right now, all of you create it, no problem. Next step onwards is your responsibility. You know, writing test cases is our responsibility. Main responsibility in Jira of tester is, especially for manual tester is, whatever test cases we are written in test case Excel sheet, now we are writing them in Jira. That's it. Same writing test cases, same process, no changes in it. Okay, but you should know navigation part. That's it. Now let me show you how to write test cases. Okay, guys. Now again, anything what I told you, click on create. Click on create. And here, project name same. Now select issue type as test. Issue type as test. And here, you know very well, name of the test case. In Excel sheet, first column, we are giving test case ID, right? So here we are giving summary means nothing but we are giving test case. So we can give like say TC underscore. No need to give ID. In the country, Jira will generate one ID by default. You can directly write validate admin login with valid data. Just give summary. Test case name. You are giving test case name. This is my test case name. Come down. Come down. And very important thing here is, all of you should observe here is, don't worry about priorities. We can define any highest priority I can give. You can define highest priority. And very important, look at that. Now, we need to link up that epic and sprint also. Look at the two options are given. And to which epic this test case is belonging, to which sprint this test case is belonging. We have to link up. So for that, come down. Epic first. Open this. I know this is belonging to admin login. I know the sprint is what we created right now, PB sprint, which is active sprint. So people can understand how many test cases we have for this epic, how many test cases we have for this sprint also easily. Okay, na? Immediately click on create button. I repeat again. Where you can see your test cases here, where you can see your test cases, click on issues. Click on issues. So that the color here you can see, this is a test case color. Yes, if you don't find, I told you click on updated recently. Click on updated recently here. if you don't find the test case. See that by default it's giving one number PB26. All of you note down the test case numbers while writing in your system, all of you. Okay, note down the test case number so that while adding it will be easy for you. Now edit this, click on. Now you want write steps, still you are not written test case steps, you have tried. Click on this, open this. Now see, options are available here. First one, Jaffer action. Second one, Jaffer details. This is Jaffer details, test details we call. Click on details. Second one, click on details here. When I click on details, you can collapse this. You can, don't worry, collapse this. Now here we write our steps. Excel sheet, what I told you here, we are maintaining description column, test data column, expected. These three columns are very, very important. Wherever you go, same thing Jira is also showing you. In test steps, we had description steps, test data, inputs, test results means expected. These are Jira given, we can modify. Company will modify accordingly. Okay, we can see this, that we can see. Now, write one by one. First step, purpose actors, while creating description will be right, no problem. Here, first step is what that first step, launch. Same, what did in Excel, see, launch Firefox, premise URL in Firefox browser, not Firefox, in Firefox browser. Okay, write correctly, in Firefox browser. In Firefox browser. Test data, if you have URL, you can specify expected. What is it expected? System should be displayed with home page of Primus Bank. Now you want to add this step or not? So click on this. It will be collapsed here. See, don't come, sir. I don't find. Move this, no problem. Click on this. The step will be added. The step should be added. Next, second step. Enter valid username, valid password. Click on login button. Or username test data we can define. Whatever data you prepared, same data. Don't copy from Excel, type yourself, all of you. I'm copying, but you don't do that. Okay. Next, what is the expectation? System displays, welcome to admin page. Immediately add that step. One more step is added. If you don't click add, if you don't click on add, that step will not be added. Be careful. Compulsory we have to click on add button. Okay, na? Otherwise it won't add. Finally, third step is click on logout. Click on logout and system should display so and so page. If you explore one time, it's enough here. Click on add step again. That one more, 3 steps are added, right? Suppose if you want to make any changes for the steps, see that large icon we have, that large view. If you click on it, large view, it shows all the steps what you written. You can drag and drop. Suppose step number 3 should be in step number 2, step number 2 in step number 3. Drag it, no problem. That flexibility given in Jira. We can drag like this. Okay, we can drag like this. So that flexibility is also given. And if you want delete, you can. This icon is available. Icon is available. Clone and copy. If you have repeatable steps, we can copy these steps. That flexibility is given. Click on close this window. Or we can modify here itself, not a problem. You can add from here any other new steps you want. Done. First test case is done. Next, second test case for login, invalid, right? So again, click on, same process we have to go on. Click on again, create button. Now we are writing test case to purpose, all of you, this is what written first step, purpose actors, copy paste to description column here, paste here, that's it, very important. We forget for first test case, from second test case, paste to description, okay? So what that test case, TC underscore, C capital, both capital, TC underscore, validate, admin, login with invalid data. Okay, na? So priority we can define. Very important thing is epic link is very important here. Link up that. It's belonging to same admin login. Again, sprint belonging to same sprint we have. Again, click on create button. Where you can see your test case again. Where you can see that again, all issues. Or back to project also we can click on back to project, click on issues. Click on issues. If you don't find still, click on updated recently. Click on updated recently. So that we can see One more test case here. See, 27. Test case number is 27. PB27. It shows very clearly what are the stories are available for it. Look at that. It shows very clearly stories what to do. Now, for this, we have to write test case. Click on that. Sorry, not that. Click on this. Click on this test case. 27 test case. Collapse it. Collapse it. Click on the test case. Wait, right. Go up. Wait, right your steps. Second one. Jeffers details. Test details. Okay. Click on it. When you click on the details, for some people it won't show. Refresh it. Refresh your Jira. Sometimes it takes some time to load. Maybe some problem. Okay. Same again. For negative steps, written already. Same again. Launch premise bank URL. So and so. System should be displayed with so and so page. Add that step. Second step is enter invalid username. Type here, don't copy from Excel sheet. You type manually. You have a lot of time. Type manually. Practice typing manually. And the system should display alert message. Enter. Click on add step. Third step. Enter invalid username. Again, test data. Test data. And your expectation is so and so. Again, click on. Don't worry, it will be collapsed. We can move this window. Okay, click on add. Next step. One more step, invalid negative step. Step number 5. Here, step number 4. Both invalid. When you do both invalid, what happens? Okay, system should display alert message. Okay, click on add button. Next, finally, leave username blank. Username blank and password blank. No test data required for that. Click on add and then click on add step. All your steps got added. Okay, one more test case is ready. Okay, next, like that, go on writing one by one. If you want to modify what I told you, large icon, look at that, large icon, a large view icon. If you click on it, it shows all the steps what you done. If any modification, any spelling mistakes, anything you want, you can come and rectify it. Any attachments you want, you can attach. That attachments also available tools. Okay, don't worry. Next, we are going for next one more test case for branch. Next, we are going to branch epic, right? So what is that? TC underscore validate. What is that name here? Branch search. Branch search. Okay, branch search. And come down. This is epic. This epic belonging to what? This epic is belonging to branches. And the sprint is same sprint. Same sprint. Okay. In real time, don't worry here. I'm repeating again. These fields are modified in real time. Don't worry. They'll add whatever they add. In Excel sheet, we're adding columns. Whatever columns required. So they'll customize. Once they purchase this tool, they'll add according to their project business requirement. They'll add a lot of fields and they'll let you know. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now click on create again. Again, go to updated recently. Click on updated recently. No problem. Updated recently. Click on back to project first. Issues. Issues. And click on updated recently. Now, test case number 28. What happened? It's not created. Test case. The test case not created, I think. We can search here. See that? We can search status. We can names also available here. Okay. Status. Type. I want to search only test cases. So check this checkbox. It will filter only test cases. It filter only test cases available. See that? We can search. If you don't find, you can filter like this. You can choose your type. Okay. And it shows us. See that? Created. Click on this again. Open this test case. Again, click on test details. So creating test case, and then for the test case, we're writing steps and more. That's it. We are doing. Okay. Collapse again. And for the first step, all of you know, this copy down and paste to description are all of you while creating test case. I forget that also. First step is click on branches. Preconditions we give that spot. So system should be displayed with so and so page. Next, select country. Select country, state to city, everything. Click on add. One more step is select your country. So and so should be displayed. Click on, sorry, we should wait for that step. Click on search, no test data, click on add button. Next, click on clear button. Click on clear button. What will happen? We are writing unexpected. It's a very simple way to write test case in Jira. Done. That's also completed. Next, again, we can click on create button. Next, we are writing test case for TC underscore validate new branch creation with valid data. Okay na? So for that, same again, purpose, you can copy this purpose actors and paste to description. Don't forget that. Okay, and then create test case for that. But before that, very important is epic link is important. To what epic it's belonging? Branches. Sprint is also belonging to same sprint. Click on create button. How to search the test case again? Search with this test and check it again, check it. It will filter whatever test case it has. Clear it and search it, no problem. What you're searching now? You're searching for tests. So 28, not yet created. Oh, no problem. Search it again. PB iPhone 28. At 29, 29. Okay. Click again. Go to issues here. What is there? Go to issues. Updated recently. Back to project. Sometimes it takes some time to load here. It takes some time to load. Immediately it won't create. Wait at least 1 or 2 seconds. Updated recently. Now resolved recently 29, right? This is a test case. So it takes some time to load. So don't hurry up. Okay. So again, edit this test case. Same again. Go to details. Keep on writing test cases. All of you do this first, writing test cases with test data along with the test data. At least practice this Jira here, please. Whoever ignored manual Excel, practice at least. It's not for my sake. It's 100% important in real time. Remember that. And tomorrow, what we'll do, instead of having class at 7 o'clock, I'm going to conduct class by 6 o'clock tomorrow. Please, for Jira purpose, only for Jira. Please attend at 6 o'clock by tomorrow. Same, 6 o'clock, only by tomorrow. We have class at 6 o'clock by tomorrow. All of you, okay? Don't miss that. So that I'll show you how to execute them. Simple, execution is very simple. Before that, I want you guys to prepare all the test cases. Today itself, tonight, and write them, whatever possibilities we have. It's very simple than Excel sheet. No formatting, right click, left click, nothing. Okay? So we have class by tomorrow at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. All of you. Please be present. Okay, whatever URL I gave you, I'll send that URL to all of you guys. See that URL, all of you note that URL, I'm sending that URL, Jira URL, all of you. Note that URL I'm sending to your chart, all of you. Oh, sorry. Note this URL, all of you. Copy it on notepad and paste it, and what are steps I told you, follow the steps, all of you. Okay, na? All of you. So tomorrow, be here at 6 o'clock. We'll see remaining process in Jira. Okay, na? Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. We'll ask him to give. Why he's not giving mic? I don't know. Ask to unmute. I'll talk to him. Okay. Okay, fine.